A wonderful good day, everybody. God Shadow here with Grixis control in Modern. So I've been playing. I've been busy this whole week. That's why I didn't play much. But yesterday I've dipped into Standard during the PT. And I thought that, I've never in my life played Standard before. But I thought that Esper Control was positioned very well in the meta that I saw during the PT and also everything that I saw, during other streams and stuff. And especially I was really fond of Arguel's Fast or something. Blood Fast, I think. Super potent card, really nice. So I was playing and I won the first 2 rounds, and then afterwards I got super outgrinded by like bestiaries and all that kind of stuff. So lost a couple of bugs there. Double Thoughtseize. Well, gotta hope that we are not running into burn here or something super aggressive. All right, basic island. Usually not too aggressive. Just fetching for a basic swamp here though, because basic island might indicate a blood. Oh my god, no, it's even worse. It is even worse. Alright. Jetzt bist du on camera.
Sorry guys.
Alright, so we're taking the Condescent here because we want to deploy our Jace next turn. Blue Tron, certainly one of the nastiest things that we could possibly be meeting here. Don't care that much about Oblivion Stone though. They do want to do that, that's fine. We have Kolaghan's command to shoot it down. Yeah. Doesn't generate any card advantage as of now. And of course, where's our land? It's always the same. There's a Vonkol engine and Cyclonic Rift. Well, they're ways off of both right now, but I'm probably taking the Wormcoil engine here, right? The Cyclonic Rift. I want our Jace to remain in play, and the Wormcoil engine, should be able to handle it at some point, or just go Thoughtseize next turn again. Unless you found a Tron land here. She didn't. Alright, so we're gonna, flip Jace. Discard the other Jace. Get rid of Wormcoil engine. And then play Zero Visions in order to dig for lands. So opponent currently doesn't have anything going on. Well, this is quite alright. We could go Pinkiran Lar next turn, but that will play into Oblivion Stone, of course. So we're probably not going to do that, and therefore just play the Tar Pit out. So generally speaking, Blue Tron is a really bad matchup for any control deck because needs double blue here. For what? Solaria West. Going for a one-call engine maybe? Nope. Just going for Tron. That would also indicate that he only has lands in hand right now, alright? Alright, so this ticks up. This one into play. Yeah, I do want to have both of those. And then he could of course choose to not pop the Oblivion Stone here, but if he draws anything relevant, like a counterspell or something, then we're gonna go after it with Jace next turn, in spite of Oblivion Stone. Relic certainly is a good card here to have main board. It's a little bit awkward in Blue Tron because their combo relies on them having, you know, stuff in their graveyard. There's mine that we knew about. Well, let's see how far we can get with Jace. They just have one blue source. Therefore we... okay, second blue source. Which also I think we knew about. So there's a couple of... there are a couple of really problematic cards in the deck. One of them is Sunring Titan. Okay, he didn't play anything. Just passing the turn here. As long as we have Jason on the board, on the battlefield, we're threatening to ulti him. Okay, another island. And I would like to get to a point where, I mean, they have walking ballistas, so we need to be a little bit careful with our life total. But I would like to get to a point where we do have multiple things like 7 mana, Cryptic, and Nimble Obstructionist up. Another Urza's Mine, so he has insane amounts of mana. There's Walking Ballista. Probably with a counter backup. So let's see. They do have 10 mana open. So 2 Walking Ballista activations. Sadly, we do not have any means to kill the Walking Ballista. But he's definitely protecting something in his hand. So we could go to 4, shoot us down to 5. We haven't seen a bolt or a terminate yet. We've already been through almost half our deck. Okay. Shooting Jace is plenty fine. And then even sacrificing is even better. I am super fine with this. We do have a lot of cards in our hand, so that is not the worst thing to happen. Now we have 2 Nimbles. We can play one end of turn and then use the other one to get rid of the Oblivion Stone. And we also need to counter the Expedition map because of Academy Ruins. If he just goes Academy Ruins and then repeatedly brings Walking Ballista into play without us having Field of Ruin up, then we do have a problem as well. We just need 1 more mana and then we can finally play things. Is it us here? No, we should have internet. Okay. Alright. So there we got 2 sweet 2-for-1s that you of course wanted to keep us off of. But now we can go this one. Doesn't feel like he has a counter spell. Could be wrong about that. Sure. Just remand though. We have to turn the corner quickly here. Now we're trying to deploy Pion Kiran Lar. What is this? Is he countering our lightning bolt? Yeah, apparently he is. Okay, let's see what he does. So he's desperately digging 4. Put 2 cards on the top. Alright. So that makes me want to just go keep up Cryptic and Logic Knot, although our Logic Knot of course isn't great against 500,000 mana. Let's see here. Getting Nimble back. Next turn we do have Inquisition, if we really want to. repeal. Sure. This is not that important to have on the battlefield here. He was scared, of course, about the ultimates, but also repeal. Yeah, sure. Another tower of power. The problem is, if he does have a counterspell as his last card in hand, and we go with Cryptic Command here, then he'll be able to crack it. Okay. Maybe he didn't get the memo. Maybe he's just trying to resolve something really big here. Both is possible. Alright. So first of all, I want to go Snapcaster, have a look at what's going on in his hand, right? I think that's the most important thing here right now. Getting something on the board, having a look at what's going on, so that our Cryptic Command gets potentially better. Spatial Contortion. Alright, so great. Nothing at all. Just deploying Jace here. Passing the turn. And then we're just going with Pincure and Lars. Okay, so this is getting annoying. But I'm still not willing to counter this as long as we can. Prevent it. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's Mindslaver. So this time we should be able to logic knot it, right? 6, 7, 8. If we bolt here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. That's not great. Okay. So we're gonna deploy Pincure and Lar here. Have a look at what's going on behind us, which looks quite good. Logic not only good in counter wars here, but we do have 12, so really expensive stuff we should be able to overcome. I think I'm just gonna deploy Jace as well. And now we're really trying to pressure him. Come on, this is super annoying. I think that was the 4th repeal that we've been running into. 2, 4. Now it's a 5-turn clock with us having the ability to kill him in the 3rd turn with bolts and Wormcoil Engine. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's nothing we really have to fight about. This way we can at least utilize our removal spells. Then next turn we're gonna attack with P and Kieran and Thopters. Kill the lifelink worm. He's gonna block P and Kieran with this one. Then we're gonna post board deploy our Liliana. Yeah. All right. Now we can kill that thing. Gonna shock this one. Oh, he also has a nibble. Cool. Yeah, sure. It's possible though that we lose this to time, and that would be really bad. We have 15 in our graveyard. We could just go and deploy Pink Kieran and Lar here, right? Yeah, I think. Consent. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Four. Okay, that comes down. And next turn we can kill him. Yeah, so it's a 1-turn clock now. Bottom, top. So it's just this single turn. And I don't think, yeah, he shouldn't be able to combo off here. I'm gonna discard Nimble. Let's see, we're attacking with 6 here. It's going down to 8. So we need to attack with Tar Pit as well. Yeah, it should be okay if we just go 1 Inquisition. Do I look what's going on? Then go Tar Pit, and then we still have both snaps up. Alright, so the way's clear. Hello. Alright. Good. Got there. Took us a long time though. Was a really dragged out game. Alright, so we do need these. We definitely need that. Collective Brutality, probably a yes. Counter Squall, definitely a yes. What's the most important thing here? We could even be thinking about Phyrexian Scriptures, because we need to get rid of his graveyard somehow. And usually we would have... So there are a couple of spots where actually, you know... So I definitely want to cut on our Logic Nodes because they are going to be aggressively attacking our graveyard. Probably also want to have the Collective Brutalities. Cut on Logic Nodes, on Lightning Bolts. Liliana the Last Hope still is a win condition for us, right? So therefore, probably need that one no matter what. Do have a lot of counter magic. Nimble Obstructionist is great. Colligan's Command is great as well. Another bolt. I mean, why are we playing bolts then anyway, right? Should we play another Jace then? And just outgrind them? Bolts are really, really bad in the matchup. Let's try them. Okay. Opponent's on a mulligan. Puts a card to the top. So most importantly for us... Ah, shit. We need to get our Jace down before anything happens. So he's playing Nimble Obstructionist. We have to be a little bit careful with our fetches. He was even playing the main board. Yep. He's just going for Expedition Map here. Yeah, Academy Ruins. Thought so already. Academy of Ruins, of course, is problematic for us. I might also indicate that he already has the means to get Tron together. But I don't think that he is capable of Okay, we want the Zero Visions. Momentarily, Pinkurar is probably the worst card in our deck. And we need to stop that combo, and that combo is based on an artifact, which we cannot dispel. Okay, Colligan's Command helps a little bit. But we need to find... So he could Mindslaver here already, if he wanted to, but then he wouldn't be able to crack it yet. Tolaria West. Does he have Natural Tron in hand? Fuck my life. He has Natural Tron, 2 Expedition maps, 3 Expedition maps. Cool. And Oblivion Stone. Sure. But he does have 2 more lands in hand. I think I'm just gonna deploy this here. He cannot crack the Oblivion Stone yet. We do have another copy of Snapcaster Mage. We don't really care if it dies or not. We do have Liliana. Okay, Logic Knot is a good card. If we discard Liliana here, then we have no means of getting her back at any given point in time. Or we can get back our Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, it's possible that he already has Mindslaver in hand, and that he's just like that he had the absolute busted combo hand here, and that he's just coying with us. It's also possible that he does not. So I want to protect our our Jace and Snapcaster Mage here, especially Jace, because that's also a win condition that he has to play around. Doesn't appear that he had any counter magic. Okay, so he actually had 3 lands in hand. So he has another land. He wants to transmute Teleria West, of course. No. Won't Engine. Man, that dude is lucky. That was just coming off the top. So, gonna shock here. Can go upkeep. Replay the Bonko Engine. From here on out, it's bad. It's not great. Yeah, that was really a lucky draw there by opponent. Otherwise, we might have gotten him. Discarded an island, drew an island, has Tularia West left in his hand. Yep, both going for our Jace. Which is fine. Yeah, walking lives, that's also horrendous for us. And he doesn't even need any more cards. Like, this is already enough to beat us, and we need to find a Fulminator Mage to really get out of this, or a Field of Ruin. So we have three potential, but if this isn't working and I see the writing on the wall during the next 2 turns, then I'm just gonna concede, because we only have 7 minutes left and the last game is probably also gonna be pretty long. So let's see what he... yeah, Won't Call Engine is even the worst of the bunch. Thinking about bringing in something else here, but doesn't seem to be good. Liliana. Okay, let's have a look here at what we have access to. And then we're just gonna concede. 7 minutes is still alright for the last couple rounds. Well, this actually gives us a couple of chances, right? But overall, yeah, I think we just concede here. Okay. Scorpion God's coming in. We need to have one card that is recursible and really gets shit done in this matchup. We need to somehow match their value with something that also gives us a lot of value, and they do have problems with getting rid of creatures in general. And Scorpion God, you know, we can just shrink a walking, not walking ballista, but a Wormcoil engine to like a 1/1 or something, and really outpace her. Let's see, if we're bringing back the bolts, then we will probably have to cut the collective brutalities. Maybe both Lilianas. Though Lilianas look pretty good, to be honest. At least that. Alright. Okay. So really considering a while here. Alright. So we do have everything that we want here in the early turns. Our opponent's on a mulligan again. But like his last roll was pretty neat. So Colligan's Command Fulminate Image. Yes, this is exactly what we want. Hopefully as a land light hand. We need the Fulminator Mage to break up. Mostly not Tron, but just the combo, just the Academy Ruins, so that we can actually grind. But if we get it through here, then we'll take it. Okay. So we put top bottom. I guess that at least one of the cards was a counterspell. We're going to use the counterspell in their upkeep. That's why I want to have the lands and Colligan's Command and Dispel. Okay, Spatial Contortion. Sure. So we're giving them a bait here something that they really cannot let resolve. And now they would need a Dispel, which I don't think they have. If they had it, of course that would be a misplay by me, but I think this way we get like the most out of it. We get a turn, basically. Now, we don't need to do it yet, right? Don't think there's something that we're scared of with 5 mana. Just Tolaria West, which is also important. Interesting that he's playing it. Okay, so I'm gonna kill the Urza's Tower here. Tolaria West is not relevant as long as it's on the battlefield. Let's see if he does have another counter. It's possible. Does he have another Spatial Contortion? No, Repeal. Okay, repealing our Snapcaster Mage, so he's already just going for time here or something. Return and kill the thing. Oblivion Sour, alright. So he's going heavy on creatures here. And he apparently does have no lands, but a couple of important things he wants to protect in his hand, because Oblivion Sour is already a card that you usually don't want to give up. Okay, so we're gonna deploy Pionk and Lar here first. Just want to have pressure going. Could of course also just deploy the Fulminator Mage. And then next turn we start attacking for 7. With him likely not being able to play anything. Okay. Without a colorless mana source, I'm not scared to activate the Creeping Top Pit. Well, okay, 4 islands. Solemn Simulacrum, maybe? Walking Ballista, that's certainly something that's better. But if he doesn't activate it here to kill a Thopter token, that's a mistake. So okay, yes, and yes. Relic, sure. So of course not great, yeah, now Academy Ruins, a little late. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We're 1 mana short here, sadly. Alright. Alright. So this is a 2-turn clock now. Scorpion God can handle most of their creatures, no matter what it is. Now we're just protecting. Like Oblivion Sour and all that kind of crap here that he has in his deck. Shit, I clicked too fast. We had lethal here. I don't think that it matters. We will most certainly win, but we did have lethal here. Now, we're just gonna reveal our hand, because we want him to know that there was no chance for him to win. Alright, cool. Tough game 1. As I said, like, Blue-Tron, certainly one of the worst control matchups. Like, generally speaking, I'd say like we win almost all of our control mirrors or matches, but Blue-Tron is difficult. More mana, better creatures, better counter spells, and the Academy Ruins engine, that's just almost unstoppable for us. So yeah. Let's see what we're getting in the second round here. Alright, we're on the play, and we do keep this. On the play, Nimble Obstructionist gets better in relation to being on the draw, because we can potentially catch a fetch land when they're still at 2 mana. So we would reduce them then to 1 mana again. And okay, so we're facing Eldrazi here. Certainly not the best matchup once more. And Jace might run into a Lightning Bolt, but we can't really play around it here. Oh my god. Yeah, well, this is worse. This is worse. So Nimble Obstructions, we need to engineer a situation here where Nimble Obstruction is like we discard all of our creatures and then maybe are able to get him in one swoop. Nimble Obstructionist is good because he can prolong the time we so this could be a Fulminator Mage exiled with Esimi's Spirit Guide. That's always the one thing that you don't want to see turn 2 as a control deck. Yeah. Huh. Alright, turn 2 living end, sure. 9 damage. I'm gonna shock this to deploy our nimble. Okay, terminate helps. The bad thing is that the other shit thing has swamp walk, so we can't even block it. We're still gonna terminate that motherfucker there. Maybe we can even raise the street wraith, because we do have a tar pit. And he's of course giving us life in between. That could be relevant actually. But he does have 3 big creatures in his graveyard already again. Snapcaster is good. Of course, this does leave us soft to various things. So let's see. If we go end of turn, like let's say he doesn't have it, right? We kill the street wraith with our terminate. Or we just deploy the Snapcaster Mage and call against command him. Go to 5, fetch for, go to 4, goes to 9, we have 8 damage on the board. No, we actually have 9 damage on the board. So yeah, we're gonna let this happen. I do think that he needs to have the instant speed. Or he could also have a beast within, of course. Doesn't really matter if we, because if he doesn't have it, then we lose anyway, because we cannot handle like 6 creatures or something. So we just make him discard again. Because maybe we draw a bolt or something, you know, something that's still relevant and that we want to play. Okay, he does have it, apparently. Sure. What else? So the only... yeah. There would have been a way, still. So a bolt would have been good here, because we could have fetched for a mountain here, and then bolt out of our hand, attack for 3 with the tar pit, and bolt again. And that would have been lethal. Now it's worse, of course. Is there any way that we don't lose this? So our opponent with an insane hand again. Turn 2 living end. And then having instant speed living end as well. I don't think, like, if there was a bolt here, could do it. But this way is just like both of these are lethal. Can't block because of the Archfiend. Lucky opponent. Lucky opponent. This is relevant in a couple of little spots, but not really. I think this is what I want to have. Definitely cutting these. Just super bad in the matchup. We still need some kind of removal spells. This is 60. Grim Lavamancer is good because we can deploy it early in the game. You can utilize our graveyard constantly and really put pressure without us having to tap out or something. And then Phyrexian Scriptures. Come on. Where's the same shit? Okay. So we wanna to attack the life, the mana base aggressively. Maybe they, like, if they do have a fetch here, maybe they just don't fetch. Okay, they don't have a fetch. We're just gonna deploy our Snapcaster Mage, because that's not gonna do us any good. Oops. Then we're probably gonna go after the black. Black one. So many cards have to be banned in Modern. Simon Spirit Guide, Faithless Looting, all these really shitty fuck up cards. Come on, don't fetch here. Don't fetch. Yes. Great. Because we can do the same, motherfucker. Ta-dum! So we're also filling our graveyard with creatures. And we do have another Nimble Obstructionist. He knew about the Nimble, so this was a straight up misplay by him. And he doesn't have access to black. I'm not fetching yet because of a potential Fulminator of his with the Summon Spirit Guide. It's definitely going to play something here. That Beast Within. You motherfucker. Fucking motherfucker. How fucking unlucky. He does have the Violent Outburst, which doesn't require black. And he does have a Summon Spirit Guide. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Alright. So we get to attack first. I mean, we just need to survive one, right? One attack. 6, 5, Color Guns command dead. Yes. So I wonder if, like Ricochet Trap, if we just go tap all creatures the opponent control and draw a card, he probably cannot Ricochet it, right? Because we do not have a target. I hope. Okay. Blooming Marsh with a Fatal Push here. Alright. Is there any creature, because I don't know which one's chosen first, is there any creature that get life when they are being discarded? Probably, right? Not a living end, yeah. Alright. Motherfucker. Alright, let's see. I do think that P and Kieran Lar, I mean, let's see. Why don't we have counter squads in our... Should also be packing counter squads here. So there are two ways we can go about this, right? We can either like go for all of our big creatures, like try to get our graveyard full with P and Kirans and Scorpion Gods and all of that stuff. Collective Brutality helps us a little bit. Jace also helps us with that. So it's either Terminate here or it is PN Kieran Lar. Scorpion God doesn't have evasion, so it's not really relevant. PN Kieran is good with Phyrexian Scriptures. Symbol Obstruction is just great. Terminate. I mean, P and K is clunky. There's no doubt about that. But we only want to discard them, because then we have 3 blockers, and we have 2 creatures that can deal damage in the air. We're just gonna play with 62 cards. That also doesn't seem great, right? Maybe it's even Serum Visions that we need to take away here. But that also doesn't seem great. 1 Practicing Scriptures. And 1 Brutality. Okay. Alright, so doesn't have a 1 mana cycle apparently. I think that we're just saving fetch lands here. I do think that this is indicative of him playing a turn 2 Fulminator Mage. So what are our options here? We either go with the Jace, and that would be really good, because then we could ditch Piankir and Lar next turn and go with Fulminator Mage next turn. But what if we are running into Fulminator Mage here? Then we do not have Logic Not Up anymore. But that will happen sooner or later anyway, so we're just gonna go with it. Gonna shock aggressively here so that he doesn't have good targets for a potential Fulminator. And we still have Serum Visions. Yeah. Okay, it's at least not worth it yet to play Living End, in case he has it. Apparently he is a decision. Yep. Oh my god. What the fuck? Sorry for your ears. Super angry here. Motherfucking looker. Motherfucking looker. The fuck? This is like the biggest fucking joke. The biggest fucking joke. Unbelievable. Fucking noob deck. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like, what could save us here? It's 14 damage. Can block. We can't even block anything. This is flying. These three have Swamp Walk. Fucking joke. Fucking joke. This shit makes me so angry, man. The problem is that in these cases, even a surgical wouldn't be good, right? Like, we would have lost with a surgical as well. Unbelievable. You either have a recipes there or you just lose. And of course, leaving logic not up also doesn't make any sense. Now we're playing humans again. Could be problematic, depending on what he's playing. So we need to go with the steam vents here in order to be able to terminate turn 2. I'm gonna bottom because the Zero Visions in this matchup is really a liability. You're slowing yourself down and you, generally speaking, do not have any time to think about any considerations here. Thalia. Oh, come on, So this is already like the best start again. Hopefully he has a couple more lands and is light on threats. Because he has already 5 permanents out. Okay, apparently not pumping here. Restoration Angel is something that one always has to keep an eye on. Melee Mage certainly isn't going to name Terminate. There are better targets. Yeah. And then... Okay. Hopefully not Terminate. I don't know if he knows my Fatal Push, yeah. I mean, these are the obvious ones, but if we had a Lightning Bolt, we obviously would have played it already. Alright, so we're gonna go with Terminate in the upkeep, because we cannot risk a blowout by a Restoration Angel. That will most likely not cost us an additional life points because attacking with both meddling mages makes more sense than attacking with an exalted creature. Then we're gonna deploy Liliana here and start shooting things. Could also, of course, like go with a Kolgun's command first. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Liliana can easily kill the meddling mage, but that doesn't clean up what he potentially has in hand, and therefore we're just gonna have a look if he's playing something end of turn. If not, then I'm just gonna go. Here though, it is possible that, alright, reflect the mage, good. Shit, Mantis Rider. So we're taking 5 here. Nimble can block the Mantis Rider, then we would take only 2. And we do have a logic knot in case they do have to play something. And then Liliana can kill this thing. Yeah, like if he attacked with the Mantis Rider only, that would be a really heads up play. So walking the line here again. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Killing that thing first. Could of course also just get like Nimble back, but if you had a 3-drop, I think the only 3-drop that makes sense playing here, not playing here is a Reflector Mage, and he would have dialed that in to kill to bounce the Nimble. So therefore, we're not dead yet. Not dead yet. Small modo lag here again. What's that? Meddling Mage. That's gonna get countered. So apparently he has at least one card that is just dead in his hand. Yeah. Can we cut him off of anything? I do not think so. Haste creatures are, of course, our nemesis here, but anything else we can actually handle pretty well. Horizon Canopy. The redraw is always the dead spot, and it's a sacrifice ability, so we can't Field of Ruin it, of course. No, probably better to keep it up in case. So Jace certainly the overall better card, but we need to protect ourselves against the Mantis right off the top. And also, like, end of turn Reflector Mage would, you know, kill us against the Jace. So at least one more land, yeah. All right. PN Kiran is certainly good. We do have Nimble Obstructionist up still. I don't know if people are nowadays still playing Keswick Malcontents. If they are, so it definitely has a follow-up play here. Oh, and there's the Cavern of Souls that we want to kill with our Field of Ruin. And he has an Angel. I think red is the color that we want here. So he obviously has an Angel in hand. Thing is, so I mean, we can't counter it, but what we can do is we can counter the trigger. So now we have to think about if that's worth it. We definitely don't want to shoot a Thopter here because that would just be card disadvantage. Nimble, of course, is a decent blocker for a Restoration Angel in correlation with Kolaghan's Command, but I think I just want to go with this here. Counter the Restoration Angel, see if we draw a Bolt or something. Or a Snapcaster Mage, which is even better. This way Alright. Cool. Didn't think that we were going to win this. But we never give up. And yeah. Then you get these games. So, would have killed the Restoration Angel. He obviously doesn't play Keswick. Oh, well, maybe he does play Keswick Malcontents. Not necessarily obvious here. Because we could always shoot down the Malcontents in response to the trigger. And then stay at 1 life. Something like that. Alright, so we want to have these. We want to have these. This one, and this one. And we're just gonna cut all of this shit. Which is really bad in the matchup. Liliana of the Veil, by the way, also one of the worst cards you can possibly be having in your deck against humans. Just saying. Let's sort it by mana cost. And let's go. So, the most problematic thing here is the phantasmal image copying. Copy and peeing here and Lar. I do not understand, like, we have it in our deck because it's super synergetic, right? But I do not understand how people that play Jeskai can board in P and Kieran Lar. Most of the time, it, first of all, won't do anything because they can't protect it the way we do. And second of all, yeah, I mean, sure. Let's just go for a red source here. Play Grim Lavamancer. Horrido. Grim Lavamancer is just super good in the matchup. Just really nice. I love the, like, I love it so much that I consider it playing main board, but there's just nothing, like, it also has bad matchup obviously, but there's just nothing that I want to take out. Like, it would probably have to replace a Jace or something, but that's also not good enough. Oh, already cracking Horizon Canopy. That is bold. Sure. I'm just gonna stay on defense here. We want to get to double red and double black. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna bolt it here because I do want to have our bolts spread out across where we can find them. And then the second reason is if he deploys a Thalia, then I want to have Grim Lavamancer up more than I want to have a Bolt up with only 1 mana. Okay. Yep. We do have a couple of removal spells. Certainly do. Grim Lavamancer makes like all of our spells better. And since I do have a second vial now, and we do have Lavamancer, they probably board it out. Reflector Mages. Mantis Rider. And that he plays this year, yeah, he probably has another one. Could also be like this black dude, therefore I'm just gonna kill it here as long as we can with this here. The blah blah Necromancer, no, just another Mantis Rider, and I think that's GG. Grim Lavamancer didn't even have to act yet. That's good. Doop, doop, doop. Also makes our Grim Lavamancer better because now we can kill things with 3 toughness. Now we're just looking for a win condition. I mean, we do produce more value. We shouldn't lose the long game, not with 15 life. Certainly one of the best hands that we ever drew against humans. So the only reason to play this year is probably Athalia's Lieutenant, and this way we really play around it here. Discard and that. And I think he should be giving up here now. Doesn't make any sense anymore. Ah, Phantasmal Image, alright. We're just gonna ulti our Liliana. That's the fastest way to win this. That's why Liliana is so great. She synergizes well with everything we do, and then on top, she's a win condition that, you know, people can just ignore. Do we want to pump our Grim Lavamancer here? I mean, we could. That would also keep the board clear. Sure, why not? Fresh Lavamancer. Oh. So he has to. Alright. There's no way he's winning this. No way. And that's why I like Phyrexian Scriptures, like instead of Damnation, because even if there were, you know, creatures on the board, we wouldn't have to kill our own creatures here, and we're playing a couple, so that way. So up until now, it's been a crazy league. Living end motherfucker. But I think we did a good job in the first 3 rounds, holding our heads up. Really need to like develop a technique to win against Living End, because if you're going too heavy on graveyard interactions and graveyard hate, then they will just play, you know, Arcfiend of Ifnir or something and hardcast it. And of course that's inefficient, but it's still like huge. Like all these huge beaters that, you know, other Grixis lists also cannot kill with Fatal Push. We play 3 Terminates, so we do have a little bit better play, but we also cannot keep all the Terminates in, because the Terminates are just bad in the face of like 20 creatures that come into play once. At once. I'm sorry, I'm some hiccups here. Okay, on the draw again. Misty Rainforest into a Steam Vent. Okay, so this is so suspicious that I'm gonna fetch for a basic blue land here, and that already smells like Blue Moon. Being on the draw against Blue Moon is like always feel bad. Sadly, Blood Moon is not an enter the battlefield trigger. Just makes all things mountains. Oh, what? Since when is... Okay, so the reason I'm being somewhat confused here is because Storm usually doesn't play fetch lands anymore. That comes back and costs us here a little bit. Okay. Doesn't have another land drop, and apparently no cantrips, which means that he does have a lot of good spells in his hand. And he's considering to remand here in order to find another land source, but wants to hold it up in case we draw a removal spell. Which is important as well because I mean, I do not want to give him the draws. So let's talk about this. The most obvious line here would be to play Inquisition and keep Logic Knot up. We're slightly ahead on board. In order to get rid of the remand. But if he remands it in response, then we're forced to Logic Knot the remand because we don't want him to draw more lands. And he could respond by that to that by playing Desperate Ritual, for instance, and then just get rid of both Logic Knot and Inquisition. The other possibility here is just keeping everything up. Try to have him spend his mana. Hopefully find some cantrips. No, he found land. So let's see what he does. Yeah, he thinks he can go off here. Terminating here isn't good enough. 100%. So we're going to let this resolve. We do have Nimble in order to counter Empty the Warrens or something like that. But of course, if he does have a remand, then we are probably dead. He doesn't have many cantrips though. Yeah. So 6 is not yet relevant. Needs another one in hand as well. Either another grape shot or a remand. But if the grape shot's in his graveyard, then he flashbacks it. And then he can't remand it anymore. That's why I'm letting the first copy resolve here. He's going to flashback the thing, probably. Yeah. Yep. So now we're gonna cycle the Nimble. And he cannot remand the grape shot. Otherwise, like the other way around, he would be able to just fetch, cycle, remand it. But then this way it will get exiled. Yeah. So that's exactly the way I predicted it. Discard the mountain. Needs to find another grape shot, basically. Okay, bold is a good draw. And if you found another grape shot, yeah, like I was gonna say, like that'd be insane. All right, let's just bold this here. Keep up our logic knot. Here's another remand. Interesting. So he should be largely out of resources. Come on, another remand. Unbelievable. See if we find another black source. Nope, not a black source. Okay. Okay. Fourth remand. Come on, man. You cannot be serious. Just putting remands to the top of his library. Interesting, yeah. Okay, good. Nimble. Heya. Alright, what do we want? I do believe that we want this and this. Certainly that one. Dispel. Engineered, yeah, why not? These down. Oops. There's just one golden rule in Grixis. You never cut the command, never. Okay, 65 cards, a little bit too heavy. Let's see here. Cryptic command is good, obviously, but it's not perfect because it is too clunky. Logic Knots. Grim Lavamancer is also not a bad card. Probably Engineered Explosive is probably better than Anger of the Gods because we don't need to hit our own stuff. Lavamancer seems to be really good in the matchup. Lavamancer in combination with his Zedicaster can get rid of Baral, which we wouldn't normally have problems with. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. Like, if he combos out turn 2 or something, then we can't do anything against it. But Inquisition into our Jace or into a counter scroll, depending on his hand, is some of the best that we do have available to us. Opting here before we see his hand is definitely a bad decision. Usually shouldn't do that. Okay. Baral and Goblin Electromancer. Well, that is a problem. Let's take the Baral. We still have a lot of counterspell. Yeah, he's playing it. Damn it. Yeah, we cannot go for our Jace here. Sadly, because otherwise we just die in his turn. The good thing is, if we do find removal before he combos, which we don't, then we would have a couple of really good plays. We cannot counter it with Nimble, we need to keep it up. So we could try to just Nimble here. Nothing that's actually worth it. One of our only ways to get rid of that shit. And then his Monomorphoses aren't rituals anymore. And we do have a handle on the game. Alright. Now of course we draw a removal spell. That was quite obvious. But once we can go next turn, Inquisition and keep up the counter scroll, and he doesn't find any more lands. Oh, it's also a sweet one. and another counter squall. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go for... Or should we discard the Colgan's command? I do want to have both of these. Yeah, and I do want to deploy the Lavamancer here. Shit. Let the trigger resolve first. Everything but the swamp. Certainly the only card that really would is really bad for us here. Like, we were really conservative with keeping both counter squalls up, but it doesn't make sense to counter squall a Giga Drowse. Another Giga Drowse. Okay, so he has to be certain that he can win this now. Let's see. Okay. That's not too harmful yet. Okay. Same decision. We probably are just gonna go with an Inquisition here. It's gifts and give him and pass and flames. Alright. So he needs to have another land source. Which he did get. Alright. So we cannot nimble here end of turn. Which is unfortunate. But not the worst. He has Pass and Flames in hand. We're going to Colgan's command end of turn probably. Keep the Nimble Obstructions in our hand as a safeguard option. I need to find a morale or an Electromancer in order to really utilize his Pass in Flames. So I want to get that into the graveyard with a Kolaghan's Command by the end of his turn and get our Grim Lavamancer back. Blood Moon. Are you fucking with me, man? How relevant is this? How relevant is this? Yeah, all of our counter spells depend on us having that shit. Can I let it resolve? Oh. Okay, with the second black source, maybe we could have. Turn and discards. Then we're going to deploy the Grim Lavamancer. Take this up. Now he needs to find another land source and a mana reducer in order to be able to get the Pass in Flames going. Okay, not good, not good, not good. We could of course just go ahead and just like make him discard everything. Like discard to damage to damage. Or we just try to find a counter spell. Because with the counter spell we should have locked it. Yeah, okay. Alright, alright, alright. Top. Top. And then we're just gonna pass the turn. Okay, end of turn here. We're gonna deploy the Nimble with our Snapcaster Mage in the mix. We deal 5 damage now. We have Snapcaster with Counter Squall 4 damage. 9. So 9 damage and 2 spells of Disruption. I hope that should be enough. Like, we only need 2 more turns. Alright. So we're gonna start shooting here. 9. I'm gonna cast this one. Tick this up. Attack here. Okay, last turn. And our opponent knows it. Okay, that one is actually relevant. Yep. All right. Last round of Modern for today. Off to the last round. Our hand looks keepable, to say the least. Alright, Blackleaf Cliffs. Either Pyromancer or Hollow One. In either case, I do want to fetch for a basic swamp here. Could of course also just be Junt, but you know, who's playing Junt? No fucking way. Please don't tell me we're playing against Living End again. This can't be real. Oh no. Okay, so depending on what we find first, counter magic or... I can't believe it that we're meeting so many Living End players here. Is he going for it already? Would have surprised me. Alright. So we're gonna snap Thoughtseize here. I'll look first. I mean, if you're Living Ends here, that's fine. That's one Living End down. Yeah, we get blown up by one land here, but we can handle that. And he definitely has a Living End in hand. So if he doesn't Living End, we're gonna discard Piankiran and Lore. Definitely gonna discard that, and then force him to play it. Well, that's even better. There we go. Alright, never mind. Thinking about that all along. Alright. So opponent basically no cards, no relevant cards in hand. Gave us Beast. And doesn't have any creatures in his graveyard. So we're still somewhat good. I'm gonna start excuse me. I'm gonna start building here. In order to really, you know, get pressure going. And we could, well, logic not. We're gonna get there at some point. So Piankiran will provide us with 4 Thopter tokens if they play a Living End. And 4 Thopter tokens plus, come on, plus this Lightning Bolt. Now he has to Living End basically next turn, and then we do have more creatures in our graveyard than he does. So not too unhappy here. Archfiend of Ifnir. Sure. He only has lands in his hand. We're gonna take for 8. So what he needs to develop here is a situation, now that he has Archfiend of Ifnir, he actually has a couple more odds. He needs to be living ending here, and then needs to have another cycler. Yeah. I mean, you can't ask for everything, right? So, all right, we've been here at this point already today. So what we're gonna do? These 9 cards is all what are good in the matchup. So I definitely want to have the Fulminator Mages. Grimlavamancer also seems to be a good card in any given combo match. And then these 6 cards we also need. So last time we cut the Piankir and Lars in order to get to 60. I think the rest of the boarding is almost identical. This time I'm not gonna cut the Piankiran. And instead just cut the brutalities. Brutality is good, but it's also 2 mana where we don't want to spend 2 mana. So, alright. So keep. We do have a counter spell and Grim Lavamancer, which is the most important card in our deck as of this day. And as always, worst thing that can happen to us is a turn 2. Either turn 2 Fulminator Mage or a turn 2 Living End. Grim Lavamancer, only 20 turns to go. That's awesome. Awesome! Alright. I'm playing the Creeping Top It out first, so that if he plays a Fulminator Mage... okay. Colgan's command. And he wants us to discard. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Here. gonna bolt him end of turn. We cannot Field of Ruin though, as long as we don't have an additional mana source, because otherwise we don't have our counter scroll up. Okay, call against command. Okay, so he has a lot of land. And he's not cycling anymore. He's not cycling. Alright, so he's just going for a fatty here, and I'm fine with that. Can of course kill it. What happens? So he only has 2 cards in his graveyard, right? Desert, blah blah blah, and Archfiend of Ivnir. So we actually, this time we're gonna risk it. And we're gonna kill, I want to kill the Grove, but that will potentially still give us a couple of mana. So 2 black and red. Are we going to terminate here? Summon Spirit Guide, and then we're fucked? No. I'm gonna take a hit and then do it next turn. There's a Fulminator Mage. Fulminator Mage makes it... makes the whole endeavor worse. Yeah, but we cannot counter it. The risk, like Logic Knotting here and taking our own creatures away is bad. Okay. Yeah, sure. Alright, with Snapcaster Mage we also do have a little bit of a clock. Potentially. Five mana is the sweet spot for us. We would really like to have 5 mana to navigate this game. But we do have a lot of counter magic, and they only have probably 2 tries, I'd say. It's very likely they are already through 1/3 of their deck. It's very likely that they do have at least 1 living end in hand. And I'd assume that the other 2 are at least... He's thinking about it here. Of course, Snapcaster Mage is worse without being able to play the lightning bolt, but if he doesn't go for it here and doesn't go for it during his turn, I will deploy the Snapcaster Mage. End of his turn, I think. So did he fall asleep here, or what happened? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we're just gonna keep the Snapcaster Mage so we have access to terminate. Terminating Archfiend of Ifnir is probably still one of the most relevant things. Dum 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 dum. And honestly, I don't know how people have fun doing this, you know? It's like cycle, 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 cycle. Demonic Dread. Thragtusk. Alright, so this is something that we're gonna counter. And that's something that we cannot let resolve. And I think that, as sad as it is, that we do need to have 3. Could also just go, but that would open Ricochet Trap, so probably just going with the Grim Lavamancer here. Somewhat sad. Because if he does have a Ricochet Trap, then he could redirect our Logic Knot, which only has 1 target, and then just go for it. I'm just going to deploy the Snapcaster Mage now as like all of these really heavy hitters that he does have turn after turn. Okay. Waiting 1 turn would have made it easier. Of course, we now also gave him the option of playing Demonic Dread, which requires a target for the opponent. Also interesting is here that now he's at 10 life. If he needs, like, if he goes for it during his turn. Okay, but apparently he goes for it now. Turn Thragtusk. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we cannot let this resolve. Thragtusk is really bad for us. But now he has to be really careful. Like, if he goes for Demonic Dread here, Cascade, there comes Living End. We're gonna counter Living End, obviously. He goes to 6, and then we do have P and Kieran Lar. Next turn, Bolt would kill him. Yeah, now he goes for it. No, he actually goes for a big thing. Archfiend of Ifnir. Alright. Sure. Yeah, he needs to protect himself now. Which, like, the situation I do like. Alright. Let's see. So we attack here. blocks with the Archfiend. We could kill the Archfiend and get the Snapcaster Mage back. Yeah, let's try that. We could also just have our Snapcaster Mage stay in the graveyard so it can flashback Lightning Bolt. But I think he's given up on Living End to a certain degree. Oh, don't want him to discard. Turn. Let's kill that. The good thing is that Ricochet Trap cannot redirect our Nimble trigger. He also, Demonic Dread is a deck card right now. Oh. Oh. Very macabre. He wants to prevent us from getting... Yeah, no. We need to cycle this one to counter that. This way we also have Nimble Obstructionist in our graveyard. And do have Lethal on board. So if even if he goes for it now... Okay. 4. Fulminated Mage. Probably blowing up our Wandering Fumarole. Oh man, another decisive turn. But I mean, Snap Bolt should be lethal. We could have, of course, also just went for the Phyrexian Scriptures, but then we wouldn't have Bolt anymore. Okay, Simmons Spirit Guide coming in. Is he attacking with a Fulminated Mage? Okay, he's not. So now, yeah, there's a land. Now we are going to do it. Now we're going to put him into a situation where our Fulminated Mage is outgrowing his 2 creatures, and then we're threatening to kill the creatures and then the graveyard afterwards. Another Fulminated Mage. Okay. So if he kills 4 of our lands, let's see. I'm just gonna let that resolve. Okay, so even if the last card in his hand is a Violent Outburst, We can't counter the Living End. Alright. We got there, guys! We got there! Revenge on the Living End fuckers. Alright, great. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the leak so far. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Grixis, Jeskai, all the control decks in one. I hope it's fun. I'll write in the description to, you know, be careful with your ears during round number. Which round was it? Round number 2. In order to not have any bad feelings there. And yeah, see you around next time. Really nice. Hope you enjoyed the weekend, and see you in the next video.